touch a girl here and drive her wild. Hello, my name is Erica Angelo, and I am glad that you are here because we are going to talk about touching. Because let's face it, here at this channel, we talk about women, sex, attraction. But what is all of that if you're not like touching her? That's what we want. We want to touch her. She wants you to touch her. So we're going to talk about touching. Now, if you're new here, make sure that you subscribe and you turn on that notification bell because shit gets really fun and wild here. So the first way I'm going to tell you how to touch her is a very soft but very firm. A lot of the touch that I will tell you has that combination because let's just be honest, if it's too much, if it's too firm all the time, then it's like, what is this guy, like some like dominatrix where he just like needs, or not dominatrix, a dominant where he just needs to dominate me, and that's just too much. It's too much. So you want a little bit of soft and you want a little rough. The rough side says, I'm in control. I'm gonna lead. I'm gonna take you places that your body has never experienced. The soft side says, I'm gonna be safe. I'm gonna nurture you. I'm gonna be sensual with you. So that's why we go back and forth with this tension of soft and rough. So the first thing you wanna do is this, the neck. It's when you take your hand and as you're talking to her, you gently, slowly, it's a slow movement up. And then when those fingertips get right there, just a little pull. And then you release. Oh. The soft is that very sensual, sexual of, girl, I'm gonna make love to your body. And then the little pull of the fingertips right here, the pull says, and I'm gonna be in control. Very sexy, very sensual to us women. We love this. So it's the soft, and then it's the pull. It's like a little hold and a pull. You're not like pulling her head forward, but you're pulling your fingers in, and that lets her know you're gonna be safe with me. I'm gonna be in control here. And then you release. And it's that tension that you start creating with her, but it's that, woohoo, this guy's gonna be soft, but he's gonna be firm. Now this one I actually had the experience of. So I was sitting at a bar with a guy and he noticed this, and I will see that little bitty mole? That little bitty mole, this happened years ago, like in 2006. We're in 2019, I'm still talking about it. This is the kind of impact. We're going for her wrist. So I was with this guy, we were sitting at a bar, and he took my wrist and he started looking at it, and he was like, he was just looking basically for an excuse to touch me. And that's what you want to do. You want to look for a reason to touch her, because touch is what establishes that connection that makes her want to spend more time with you, and that leads the two of you in the bedroom to be intimate together. So he was looking for a reason to touch my wrist, and he was being very soft with it, and he said, oh, look at that cute little mole. And he kissed it, and he said, that is my favorite mole ever. That's my mole. And I just thought that was the sexiest thing. And then he gave it a nice little sultry kiss, but he was delicately touching my wrist. It's so sensitive, those tender spots that we have on our body, that when you gently caress those, when you put your attention to those delicate places, that sends electricity through our body. It's like you're electrocuting us with your touch. So I want you to touch her wrist. So it's not a rough touch by any means. This one's the soft one. And then you'll go, those are the sweetest wrists I've ever seen. And then you can kiss them. And then you put it down. And then you move the conversation on to something else. It builds the tension, and she's expecting more, and then you just let it go, and you go on into the conversation. This touch escalates the sexual tension. It builds it up. Now the third one is the most heated touch. So make sure that before I share this, you stay to the end so that I can encourage you subscribe to this channel, and also take that attraction quiz. We want to know how attractive you really are. And the third one is her breast. Now this is obviously when you guys are not on a date, you're not out in public, it's just the two of you and you have her top off or you're reaching into her shirt. But the thing that you want to do with her breast, it's back to the gentle but firm, creating that tension. What you want to do is you want to take your fingertip, this one right here, and you want to gently circle around, not her nipple, but around her breast. Our breasts are very tender, so when you touch something so delicate and you do it very softly, it sends those sensations. You hear that, Raven? It was like, yeah, this is good. It sends those sensations throughout a woman's body that just goes, whoa, whoa, whoa. But this is where the firm comes in. As you're gently going around her nipple and to the delicate places around her breast. After you do that, I want you to go in and take your two fingers and just gently squeeze her nipples and pull, and then let go, and then go back to kissing her neck. You're kissing her neck in the beginning, in case we didn't say that. But when you're circling around her breast as opposed to just going in and pulling on her nipples, it's too much, it's too intense, it's too hard, it's too fast. You want to build that sexual tension. So going around her breast very delicately with your index finger, just going around. And then in the end, as you're building her up, give her the unexpected jolt by taking those two fingers and just pulling on her nipple just a little bit and then letting go. Now I want to know in the comment section below which one of these you've done before, and if you've not, which one are you going to do? My love, touch is that beautiful way that we human beings facilitate connection. And so with touch, you have to practice it in order to get good at it. You got to feel comfortable with it. So what I would encourage you to do is, a person who is good at touch is a person that's good with touch for themselves. They're good at receiving touch. So I would encourage you, do something very practical for yourself. Start getting massages and seeing how you like to be touched. Get used to your body being touched on so that you feel comfortable with receiving touch. And so when you go to give touch, there's a comfort there. But I encourage you, anytime you're on a date with a woman, you always want to look for reasons to touch her in a way that arouses the chemistry. It arouses the sexual connection between the two of you. Remember that you are loved and you have what it takes. Be sure to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.